Let's visit the 90s all over again. Put on those hammer pants. This is Dope Nostalgia.
Hey everybody, this is going to be episode 227 of Dope Nostalgia Podcast, and we're doing 2 episodes this week. Why? Because this whole week we're celebrating the 5th anniversary of the show. Now, we had a good time with the friends on the last episode that I put out yesterday. We were doing the 90s trivia, picking on Jimmy, everyone just having fun together. So I decided for this amazing week to celebrate, let's have back the very first guest that ever appeared on Dope Nostalgia. Episode number 1. It was about the band EMF. Remember their hit song, Unbelievable? Well, their guitar player who came along later in the band's, I don't know what you call it, incarnation? Sure. Later on in EMF's career, Timothy, TeejFunkyMonk.com, Teej, funkymonk.com. That's his website. You can check out what he's up to. Tim Stevens is his name. He's a British recording guitarist, and he has new music coming out. So I saw this on his Instagram, and I thought, I wonder if he wants to come back on the show and just do me the honor of spending some time talking to me once again, as it's been 5 years. So we wanted to check out what he was up to. Here is a short interview with Tim Stevens. Welcome back to the show.
Wow, Naomi, it's been a while.
It's been 5 years.
It's crazy. Like just before COVID hit, literally, I think. Like January.
Literally. Yeah. That's why I was so excited to talk to you again, because I was like, oh my goodness, you are our very first guest.
Wow.
And it's been 223 episodes since.
Oh, wow. Congratulations. That's awesome.
So I thought, who better to ask back for the 5th anniversary than Timothy Stevens? So,
yeah, the world's a different place now, for sure.
Definitely. The things have definitely changed. Back then when we did that interview, I think we did it over the phone, didn't we?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I think I talked for a long time too.
It was great. It was really cool. Yeah, because it was a nice conversation. It just flowed. And, back then it was really like, there was so much frustration because you couldn't go out and do anything.
Yeah.
So much nicer now. So
yeah, exactly.
This is great news to have you back on the show too, because I wanted to tell everybody about what you've been working on with music.
Yeah, it's great. Thanks for inviting me back on here.
100%. Yeah, tell everybody about what's going on with your music career right now.
So my main band, I actually quit them about a year ago. Mm-hmm. And since then, I've always done session work as a guitar player. Sorry, my cat's wanting to jump off it.
That's okay.
I've always done session work for people's records, like guitar when they need a guitar player. I've always been the hired help. But during downtime, I've been like just writing loads of stuff, loads of songs, and just having fun doing. I've never really thought myself much of a singer, but I got myself in front of a microphone and started recording, like almost like little love letters to my girlfriend, but just putting it out as records, it's kind of, but yeah, I've got the first one coming out on February 9th. It's called Texas Girl, and it's going to be, it'll be everywhere. I think even Touch Tunes and things like that are going to have it now. So it's nice to, been getting a lot of support to do it, which has been fun. Yeah.
That's incredible. And the Texas Girl is about your girlfriend.
It is. Yeah.
So what did she think when she knew you wrote this song for her?
I don't know. She enjoys it and loves it. But there's obviously like me and her have been through, like, I won't bore you with the details, but we've been through all different, since I moved to Texas, there was a lot of ups and downs and highlights because I was on the road all the time with the band that I was in. But since like leaving that band, and I've had like a lot more time to focus on like just a career as a musician again, rather than because being on the road's too tough. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I love being on the road, but being on the road 90% of the year is awful to me, because you don't get to when there's like someone's birthday party or whatever, you don't get to be there, and I miss out on a lot of that sort of stuff. So it's been nice to take time out, and I've done a lot of work with, I've done a couple of records this year with some like goth bands and stuff, and played a couple of festivals, but that's all I've done. I've just been focusing on just music, recording, and
Hmm.
then that's the most, like, being creative is like the most important part of my life. I love to be creative, and if you know having anything that takes that away, like being on the road and watching like the road signs go past, that just takes away all the creativity. So
Yeah.
it's nice to get back to writing and playing guitars, which is what I love. So
You get to do things on your own terms this way,
yeah,
not just having to follow the routine and schedule. You get to
yeah,
make your own choices, which is wonderful.
yeah. And it's like, I mean, you know, even just doing your own music, you're just like, it's like when you're a writer, it's like you have to get it, you need to get it out of the way in order to do other stuff. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's been fun exploring the different avenues of what I like to write about as well. Whether it be good or bad. It's been fun just exploring and playing, which is because people obviously have know I've been off the radar for like a year because I've just literally been working with other bands and recording as much as possible.
Hmm.
So it's been fun though.
Going all the way back to 2020 after we had our conversation,
Yeah.
obviously we all went through a pandemic, came out of it on the other side. But what can you tell us that happened in your life within the 5 years besides what's been in the last year?
Oh wow. So literally what's happened to me. I mean, 2020 was kind of a weird year for musicians, I guess. Like,
Mhm.
like we can't. That's how you make your money, is on the road. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can't make money from records any day these days.
Mhm.
So that's all. I'm sure it was tough for everybody, but that was like a really, it hit everybody quite hard, not being able to play. And like I think during COVID, my friend Rob, he owned like a bar, like it had a restaurant attached to it, but um, I used to go and play acoustic guitar there, like all the time, and they would have like drive-in, like almost like a drive-in movie. But you could go there like on like a Sunday morning and have like a cocktail in your car while you watch.
Oh,
Like,
that's
it was,
awesome. And the
yeah.
legalities are probably strange on that.
Well, it's Mississippi. Mississippi, you can actually have a drink in your car. So it was actually fine, but it was kind of
That's
weird
cool.
because like it was the social distancing thing. So you had police walking around making sure people weren't, making sure people were wearing masks and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, COVID. Like, I mean, that's one of the reasons I moved, because when I spoke to you last, I was living in Mississippi,
Hmm.
and Texas was a lot more a lot more free around that time. So the band I was in, we were playing a lot of Texas. It kind of saved us, really, like playing in Texas all the time, because they didn't have the kind of restrictions they had everywhere else. So we played a lot of Texas. That was one of the reasons, like, it spurred me to move here.
Hmm.
So obviously that happened in like 22, I believe. But yeah, from COVID onwards, it was just like releasing music with the band I was in, after COVID, and then I moved here to be closer to the band, because the band was based out of Texas, like Houston, Texas.
Hmm.
But then I just got to the point where I couldn't be in that band anymore, so I decided to go off on my own and
Mm.
wish them well. But then yeah, after that, and that, like, because I've literally, since I've been in America, I've always done session work constantly. And that's how you, like, I've made a lot of enemies doing that, because everyone, whenever you work with someone, they always want you to be theirs, kind of thing, you know what I mean? And I'm not
Yeah.
anybody's, really. I'm just I'm hired help. You know what I mean? If you want me to play, if you want me to come and play on your album, I will. If you want me to tour with you, I will. You know. But yeah, like after I quit that band, it's just been working with as many bands as possible. Even um, even like up and coming bands. You know that have, there's a couple of bands in Alabama that I was working with in about a year ago now. It was like sort of springtime last year, and they were just like a mini band starting out, and it was nice to be able to give my experience to them and help them out, like help them out with their writing, help them out with even just like helping them go to gigs and stuff. And I mean, they're like, all right, they're 16, 17, 18, you know what I mean? But they still don't have that. To them, it's just pie in the sky. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah,
that's what I've been doing like the last year, is just trying to give back and trying to figure out where I'm supposed to go, to be honest, as well, but I don't know. I just enjoy watching like young musicians find their feet, because there's some great little songwriters coming out too, in the industry. So it's been fun watching what everyone's been doing.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Hi. If you enjoy Dope Nostalgia, thank you. Consider becoming a Patreon subscriber today for as little as $1 a month. It helps keep the show on the air and rolling. So if you want to check out our Patreon, it's at patreon.com/dope nostalgia. $1 a month, and you'll be helping support one of your favorite podcasts.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Nick.
I'm Drew.
I'm Jeff, and we are 98 Degrees.
And you're listening to the Dope Nostalgia Podcast.
This is Brooke.
And this is Nikki.
And this is my so-called whatever.
Hey!
Hey, guys. We're an 80s and 90s / NKOTB podcast.
That's New Kids on the Block, if you didn't know that.
We're here to share your stories.
Yeah.
And ours.
Yeah.
And
have a good time.
Have a great time.
Let's be nostalgic.
Talk about what it was like growing up.
In the 80s and the 90s.
Talk about what we were wearing, the music we were listening to, the bands we liked,
the movies we watched,
the TV shows, all the pulp culture stuff.
All of that stuff. That's what we talk about in this podcast. So,
and a heavy helping of New Kids on the Block.
Yeah, but here's the thing. If you aren't a New Kids on the Block fan, that's okay, because we flip-flop between the topics each week. So we do a New Kids on the Block episode one week, which we call the Block Party, and then we do a 80s 90s episode. So,
which is 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
And we welcome you to listen to one or the other or all.
Yeah. Join us. Be our guest.
Be our guest. Thanks.
Bye.
Introducing new Fruitomic Punch Gushers with a taste that's gonna drive you fruity. It's very, very different. And totally appealing. It's new Fruitomic Punch Gushers, the fruit snack bursting the juicy fruit punch in the middle. So fruity, they'll really turn your head.
Whoa, I'll say.
New Fruitomic Punch Gushers. The blast of fruit punch is gonna drive you totally fruity.
Man, I got a split.
What about you? What did you get up to? I know you've obviously been doing this.
I have been doing this. And it's just been steadily growing. We're at a really good place now. Hit 1 million views on YouTube a few months ago. Yeah.
Awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah. It's all about passion, right? If you're loving what you're doing, it shows.
Yes. No, 100%. I mean that's with everything, right? If you're not putting it like 100% into something that you enjoy, then like a lot of people will go to work and they work really hard for a business that's not theirs, but like as soon as you do something that's yours, that's awesome. Congratulations.
Hey, thank you.
Yeah.
But obviously you'd start somewhere, and then we had a bunch of amazing opportunities for guests over the years, and it's it's just been fantastic. So thanks for being a part of that.
No problem. Have you ever had Nuno Betancourt on your podcast?
Oh,
He's
that
like
would be the dream.
He's like one of my heroes. And
I did get to see them live this year, or last year, I should say.
I was going to go and see him. I think it was like October. They were playing in Houston, and I was dying to go and see him, but like I just was super busy. I couldn't do it, but hopefully they'll keep, because I love their new album. So yeah, hopefully they'll do another tour or whatever, and I can check him out. I've never seen Betancourt play, but he's one of my favorites. It's nice to watch.
I hope you get that chance because it's unbelievable. They hadn't been here, and it's funny because we got to go to the sound check ahead of time, and the guys weren't like taking one-on-one pictures with people because some of them tend to get colds and get sick, and they wanted to make sure they got through the whole tour. You know, so I totally respected that decision. But they did a photo with them on stage and all the people at the meet and greet in front of them, which was really nice. So we still got to ask them some questions and whatnot, but they hadn't played here in this city or even in this province since 1992. They were shocked. They're like, well, when was the last time we were here? Yeah, it's been a long time.
They've been holding out on you. That's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, they're a cool group. I like that band.
Can you tell me about any shows you've gone to in the last 5 years that have blown your mind? Because one thing that's been crazy for me was the very first time I walked back into a stadium again, where you could hear the roar of a crowd again, and how moving that was after all that isolation.
Yeah. What have I'm just trying to think now. Like I went to when I first moved here, my girlfriend took me to the Houston rodeo. You know, like they have this huge stage that rotates basically, but obviously before that they have all the the rodeo stuff where they're catching cows with ropes and stuff, which was fascinating to me because it's I'm being British, like it's a culture I'm not used to, but I've watched like Yellowstone and things like that. So but yeah, we watched Jason Aldean or whatever his name is, like the country is kind of rock and roll really. But yeah, we watched them play, and that was really, really fun to watch, just because it was so impressive, the stage moving around and the songs were pretty good. But yeah, I haven't got to see that many big bands. I wish I'd gone to see Nuno Betancourt and the Extreme guys play, because I think that would have been really fun. I was supposed to go and see Jane's Addiction, and then
that went real well, didn't it?
Right. I remember seeing it on Twitter or X, and I was like, oh my God, no, they're going to cancel this, because it's like a notorious thing with Jane's Addiction is they get back together and then they split up, and that's been the whole time. It's like, sorry, my cat's doing zoomies. Like they get back together and then they split up. They get back, like, I suppose it was due to do it, but I don't know. They're another one of my favorite bands, so it was kind of not fun to watch them, what happened on stage. Do you know what I mean? But
yeah, disappointing, but kind of like, what are you gonna do?
I think we were expecting it. I think expecting it to happen, with those guys. But at their age, I just hope they, just do it for the fans now. Just do it for the fans and get your paycheck. You know what I mean?
Hey, if Guns N' Roses can do it, anyone can do it.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't know. Give them their own tour bus each, and they'll probably be fine.
Yeah, only see each other on stage, and that's it. And you're good.
I think that's one of the big things I hate about the music industry is the whole ego thing. You know what I mean? Like, where it's like, come on, man, everyone's a human being. Just get on with life and have fun. Having fun to me is the most important thing in life. So, but
amen.
I guess money and all that kind of thing factors in, and it ruins everything. So
it's true. It's unfortunate. Any news from the EMF camp?
I haven't heard from any of it. Actually, no, tell a lie. I did hear from I hear from Mark quite regularly. Mark DeClute, the drummer, and I know he's built a studio in his at his house and stuff. And because he had an accident, like can't remember, like he fell off a ladder or he fell off a roof or something and hurt himself quite bad, which is why he had to like chuck the sticks in for a while. And my cousin Jack started playing drums with them. But yeah, I don't know if he's back 100% drumming, but I know he's built the studio and all that. So I'll have to reach out to him actually and find out. But yeah, I haven't heard from the other guys like Derry and James and all that. I haven't heard from them for a while.
Yeah, I don't know what they've been up to. I'll have to look that up and see if there's any updates on them. But yeah, no, I was just very excited to invite you to come back.
Yeah.
And catch up with what you were up to. So yeah, I'm glad you made the time. Thank you, Timothy.
Awesome. Thanks for inviting me back on here.
Social media, yeah, we've got it. Send us an email, dopenostalgiapodcast@gmail.com. Twitter, Nostalgia Dope. Or on Insta, dope_nostalgia.
This podcast is licensed by SOCAN because we believe that artists should be paid for their work. Hey friends. I kind of miss getting those messages on my answering machine like we used to back in the day. What I'd really love is to hear from you, the listeners of Dope Nostalgia. This is your chance to be on the show, giving feedback, telling us what you love, what you hate, and who you'd like to see more of. Call us at our new toll-free number, 1-888-741-9192. Leave us some feedback. Your message could be played on the show. So give us a call, 1-888-741-9192. Toll free.